Hi everyone. I'm not sure how long I'm going to talk in today's video, but I'd like to ask you to hear me out. I want to start with just a brief summary of what's been going on in my life. A week ago Friday, I went to get into the tub. This was to soak for the muscle cramps and the contractions in my legs, where the muscles just go like this and they just don't let go, but the hot water just helps everything sort of smooth out and ease out. There was no hot water. This was what was discovered. There was a pinhole leak in the solder joint right around here, and what had happened is the water got down by the thermostat on the water heater and it shut itself off, thankfully. That, what I just showed you, needed to be replaced. A water heater by itself was alright though. It was the best outcome of all the possibilities. And I was genuinely surprised when one of my friends said, "I'll come fix it for you." I was really surprised. And this is sort of what I wanted to talk about in this video, themed around both help and support coming from unexpected sources. I think I want to share a little bit more. I had an appointment today with the social worker at my doctor's office. She's helping me through the grief from my aunt dying. It's been absolutely miserable, but it's starting to pay off, and I'm quite glad about it. So what we've been doing is the homework from the grief support group that I took part in, and got down to one of the questions that I needed to answer, and my reflective response was that it's really surprised me, I mean pleasantly surprised me, of the people that have stepped up in my life and made themselves available to help. Now, not all the help is practical. So what I mean by this is some people taking the time to ask me how I'm doing, or what am I working on, or just a simple message saying I'm thinking of you today. It does a lot to keep me encouraged. And when you're building relationships, I think it's important to share what you need holistically. I mean, when my aunt was dying, it was from cancer, and you can't fix the darn thing. Not that I want to make my aunt a project, but you can't, I'm not a cancer specialist, I'm not an oncologist. But, in terms of relationships, sitting there on the phone listening with her to music did a lot for her. And it's the same type of thing where people have taken the time and got to know me enough that they're willing to offer either some encouraging words, or where there is something that could be done to help me, like the water heater, for example, stepped up without me really expecting it. So I again wanted to convey to you the importance of building relationships. And I know they take time, and I know people are imperfect, and I know that it's easily to have experienced past hurts from people, but I would still encourage you to try to persevere in getting to know some people. And it doesn't have to be a large group. And not everyone has to know every last detail of what's going on in your life, but that you are a part of some community. And that's really what I wanted to drive home in this video. You know, whether it's become practical that you're part of a community that's, you know, brought together because of the internet, or if it's able to happen in person, I really do see the merit in belonging. And the difficult part in this is speaking up and finding reasonable solutions when there's conflict or when there's competing ideas, so that you can still find your place in the group. Now, I know what I've just said is hours and hours of work, but I think it's really important. You know, if I look back over the past 16 years, it's been helpful to have some people in my life that understand the intricacies of having a hip replacement when you're a young adult. And, you know, the internet gave that to me. But then there's still the day-to-day life that you're living out, and, you know, trying to make work, you know, trying to pay your bills and keep some semblance of a life going. And I sort of think that's where the relationships for me kind of fall into place. So this is one of those videos where I challenge you to think, and not to drive yourself mad thinking, but to take a few days and reflect. And if you've made past mistakes, that's okay. I'm hoping that you'd be willing to learn from past mistakes, but not berate yourself and beat yourself down. But I would challenge you to think about what you want from life and how to do it, and what are those key things that take to keep you, you know, facing forward in life, opposed to, you know, either becoming stationary or going backwards. And then making the most of life from this. Okay? I don't have any quick answers in today's video. It's more of a reflection one today. Thank you for hearing me out, and I think just before I go, I want to share this one photo with you. It's a look at Rocky's cage. What you're looking at on the screen right now is normally contained where Rocky's sleeping hut is. It made me smile a lot to see my little buddy had his sunflower seeds in a little pile, and then the rest of his food in a different little pile. It really amazes me to watch him do his thing and be caring for him and providing for him. Okay? And it brings me a lot of joy, and that's why I wanted to share it at the end of this video. I hope each of you are doing well today. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.